G'day guys, my name's Josh, you can call me JaWoodle, and welcome back to 7 Days. Welcome back to the full release, the stable build of 1.0, where we're back in JaWoodle Park. All my bases are everywhere, it's getting bigger and bigger, but I've come back here today because I've got something very special for you. I've been looking forward to coming and doing this video for a while, but I had to wait for 1.0. I had to wait for the game to be like solidified and not have all the extra changes that were coming out in experimental. But now that we're here, it's time to finally build the zombie force field. There's been a couple of iterations of that. I mean, it started with the arrow slots way back when in Alpha 17 was when it started. Then we had the slope filler and the road marker. I think that one, I'm pretty sure that one is still gonna work. But while I was waiting for 1.0, I think there's a new force field. I think there's a reimagining of an older version that I think will be even better again. So we'll build the old one first, we'll make sure that works, and then we'll try something new. I'm very excited about the new one. I've just cleared a little bit of land out the back here so I have some room to build, because what I want to do is build like a proper build through, a proper showcase of the force field as we know it at the moment with the slope plates and the road markings. So if you're new here, well, first of all, g'day, I'm JaWoodle, and breaking the zombies' brains is kind of my bread and butter. But if you're new here, I can show you how it works, why it works, so you can build it yourself. But once we've confirmed the older version, I want to try something new, which means to get started, I need to dig a hole. I somehow managed to pick a spot that's absolutely chockers with ore, but that's okay. I now have this nice pit, and this is just like 4 blocks deep. I think it works with 3, but I'm getting better now at building redundancies into my design. So rather than it working right up until the edge, I want some factor of safety there. So 4 blocks deep. That's all it is at the moment, and now I just need to chuck in a little bit of a column in the middle for me to stand on. Where's the middle gonna be? Middle's gonna be there, I reckon, right about there. Just guesstimate it, eyeball it, I'm sure it'll work out okay. I quickly chucked down some blocks just to do some measuring, and turns out I was right on the nipple and got it right in the middle. That's bloody beautiful, but also gives you a chance to see, for this, how wide I'm building it. This will work as narrow as only 3 blocks, but like I was just talking about, adding in some extra is usually a good idea for not a lot of effort. So this is what, 5 blocks wide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I lied, it's 6 blocks wide all the way around the central column, which gives us some room to play actually. Maybe I'll make this a little bit wider at the top so I can stand and have room for a base or whatever, because you can build a force field around anything really, and all it does is mean it's something that you can walk, or in this case particularly drive over nice and smoothly, that the zombies don't see as an option. So you can chuck this in front of your garage if you don't have a garage door, or anywhere where you want to wall off the zombies without a physical wall that you can't cross. This is what it's used for. That's why it's so good. I've just built a cheeky little lip on the top of my pylon here out of wedges. I mean, it's not critical for the force field, but it is critical for aesthetics, and aesthetics matter. Don't be going building ugly bases out there. The world's destroyed enough. We can't have eyesores out here too. But I've also chucked in a little lip of concrete around the top. You don't want to build off, especially sand. Sand has the structural integrity of a wet cum rag, so you really don't want to rely on it at all. So put a little concrete lip in. It's supported underneath, so it's nice and strong, but it gives you horizontal stability, which you're gonna need. I'm really just assuming I'm gonna go through everything, think it all out loud, in case you don't know how to build in 7 days. This will be like a one-stop shop for anything you want to build. Just chuck in a little walkway from the central column out to the rim. That's where the zombies are gonna try and get to. So basically, I'm gonna put zombies in on the far side, and if this works, they should ignore all of this, because this is kind of a good example, actually, before I place the rest of the blocks. This is what the zombies see. They see this as a giant pit that they don't want to go into, so they'll run around the outside like a couple of good trailer park girls and come across this little barrier here. That's where I want them to go if everything's working, because now I'm going to cover this big hole with slope plate fillers. Where are you? That one there. Slope plate filler, and I'm going to put you specifically with advanced rotation up on the top of that block space, so up to there. So if I place you in, that's gonna go like that, and then to cover up that little gap so it can be driven over or run over nice and easily. There's lots of blocks that the zombies can't walk on, but this little combination means it's a nice, basically solid platform that you can drive your Jeep over. I'm gonna chuck you like that. That there, that little combo there, see look, it barely even bobbles my camera when I walk over it. That was the force field we were using for Alpha 21, so hopefully that'll work for 1.0 as well. Almost said Alpha 1. Still in that habit. It's always difficult to get this design to look right. I mean, it doesn't really matter what orientation, what rotation these blocks are in, as long as they're flat. on the top of the block. Didn't realize that I could still fall through that. So it's all bobbly if I run across it like that, and apparently I can fall through. There's no corner blocks though, but as long as it's on the top of that block space, it doesn't matter what orientation it's actually in. But as I said before, aesthetics always matter. So I'm gonna go around, continue you on like that, and build you out from the center. There's no corner pieces, so it's just gonna have to look a little bit how you're going, but it's fine. It's fine. As long as it works, it looks relatively okay, we're all good. When it's all put together like that, I actually quite like the little zigzaggy pattern on the corners. That works out for me. It's all nice and symmetrical. Symmetricality is also important. Nice. Okay, so now we've got like, I mean, that's the kind of grid that holds up the road markers. Again, the road markers don't really do much. All they do is stop you falling in the gaps, like I did before, that now I can't do. There we go. So it stops you that gap being passable. It's not actually helping the zombies at all. It's just a you thing. It's Muppet proofing more than anything else. I'm gonna put you the same way along that. Just replace all the blocks on top. So it's kind of like a very, very thin sandwich. You've got the road marker on top, the slope plate underneath. They're abutting up against each other, which makes basically one big flat surface. That actually looks, now that I've put down all of the road markings just to match up what the slopes were doing, that might be the best one yet. I mean, it's never going to be as good as the arrow slots used to be. That was just clean and simple and absolutely schmick, but for the newer version, I mean, it's not quite silky, but it's about as good as you're gonna get. I will just quickly test with a motorcycle and a 4x4 because the whole point. Oh, it's alright. It's a little bit bobbly. The new vehicle physics are a bit interesting. I mean, it's as good as you're gonna get, I think. It's definitely the best combination of blocks for it. Otherwise, there's like big gaps or whatever, or things that make things much more difficult. That's pretty good. What about the 4x4? I love the new 4x4. Oh wait, look at the wheels though. The wheels are bobbling than an apple in a barrel. That's fine. That's fine. That still works just as well. You can still slide into your garage, whatever you need to do without any issues at all. But now I've done that, we'll paint you up, we'll run some zombies and make sure it works, but I actually really like the way that looks. I'm stoked with that. It's weird to think of something that I ever built being traditional, but this is the traditional coloring of the force fields from way back when. All right, nice. So I'm gonna stand nice and easily right in the middle of you. I'm going to spawn a bunch of zombies in on the far side. It's got a whole bunch of Arlenes. I'll get their attention. There you go. Now they should either go left or right, but not straight across. And oh, look at that. Look at that. I should have painted the zombies red because they're part of like the Red Sea. Call me the zombie Moses. That worked out really well. I had to get back out of there again to go back across the bridge. That still works great. That still works great. Some of the new pathing options are having a bit of trouble in the middle, but the important thing is they do not path across those blocks at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. She even thought about it for a second. It was like, oh, actually, yeah, nah, there, cobham. Done. Done. All right, so the old Alpha 21 force field still works perfectly. Now that we've confirmed that, let's try the new one. So this is where things are going to get a little bit spicy. Well, at least I hope that they do. Because if this block works the way that I hope it does, this is going to be like the new magic block of 7 days. And in fact, that might even be the name of this video. Because do you remember back in like Alpha 17, 18, the zombie-proof walls that were the Wedge 60 blocks that before they got patched, where the zombies would walk up to it, wouldn't be able to path over, wouldn't beat on it, and would just have to run around it? That's what I'm hoping this block will do now. It was actually noticed first when I was hanging out in Jonah's stream, because there is no downtime in 7 days, and it's actually this block here. This central fence in the middle of these new bridges they've added to 1.0 seem to have, in fact I'm going to say it again, seem to have some pretty magical properties about it. If I spawn in an Arlie on the other side, g'day Arls, get your attention. Doesn't want a bar of it. Doesn't want a bar of it. Will run around instead of jumping over a very jumpable 1 block high wall. See what I mean? See what I mean? See why I think it's magic? She's running around. I can jump back over. And she's like, oh man, I gotta keep on running. So like, this opens up so much more possibilities. Back over I go. She's cracked the shits. Probably fair enough there, Arls. But this block, what block are you? Copy, shape, and rotation. It is a usable block. It's not a dev block. What are ya? What are ya? Get rid of the favorites. Ramp 6 meter. Oh, it's part of the new ramp blocks. Because there's new 6 meter ramps and new 8 meter ramps. Oh. Oh, we might have found something fun. Well, that's the example of how the zombies think about it. I'm gonna have to go and do some testing, which means going back to the park. But yeah, it's just a part of the world. You could even just make the bridge your horde base. Who even cares? I wanted a nice long strip to test this on, so I've carved out a nice little chunk through in the middle of all these bases over here. I accidentally uncovered a cheeky bit of a POI, so I'll just quickly clog up that tube. Don't need you right now, but always fun stumbling across things. So yeah, so I've got this nice long runway. Basically, I'm like the zombie version of Top Gear. I'm gonna run these blocks. I think I'd make a big, long, extended box, basically, with these blocks on both sides, and see how far they'll go. And actually, what I probably need to test out first, does it have to be double-sided? Like, does it have to be placed back to back like it was on the bridge? Is that critical? Or can I just go one block wide? Okay, that's the first thing to test. That's the first thing we need to know. All right, first things first, I've got a little bit of double stacked, a little bit of back-to-back action going on there, and then just singular down the end. So I want to spawn a zombie in about there, I think. Look at me, I'm gonna get 5 of you, because I want it to be further away to go around that end than jump over the single block. So if they jump over there, I know that's a viable path. If that's not a viable path, well, it doesn't matter which way they run then, but that's definitely closer for them to get to. So turn on your brains. Interesting. Jump back on the other side again. So they still don't love it. Ooh, maybe it only needs to be one wide then. That's gonna make using it as a as an outer perimeter fence or something way easier. Interesting. Okay, I can save so much materials that way. I was bracing to have to use it the same as on the bridge with back to back, but no, that's working fine. I extended the walls a little bit just to make doubly sure. Always gotta like measure twice and build once, or whatever you would do if you were responsible. That seems to be working fine. It seems to be working absolutely fine. All right. Thank you, Arlene. Well, in that case, then, I guess I kind of like the aesthetic of the sloped bit being on the outside, so I'm just going to continue this all the way down, chuck a Yui, come back up the other way, and really see how far the zombies will go before they either get pissed off or decide to break the wall or tunnel underneath or who knows what. That's what we're here to find out. It's a new block. It's a new magic block. I'm so excited. It's a pretty seriously long wall. I don't know if they'll actually par that far away. You can see the ground kind of like... Oh, maybe if I stand right dead center in the middle, actually. Because, yeah, like, the world spawns out, like, unloads if you're too far away. So, if I'm right in the middle... I mean, I probably should have tested it smaller than this, but that's the thing. I can break little gaps in this wall along the way to see how far they might actually go. So, Arls, you want to come and say g'day to me, please? Huh. Wait, what? I've broken something. I like how if something goes wrong, I immediately assume that I have broken it rather than I might have been wrong. I mean, both of those is me being a pelican, but there are... Huh. Alright, well, let's, I reckon I'm gonna double... Shit. I reckon I'm gonna double this up and see if that works. That's okay, though. Like, if it fails it, we still have the regular force field. This is something new. Not everything's gonna work first time. We've got to figure this out. That's what we're here to do. We're doing science. To be honest with you, I really think it was just the distance. I really think it was just the distance they had to go. So I've doubled up this side, and this side's still the single, so I can test both at once. Get the shotgun back again, please. Lean. I'll put myself in the last position so I can run around. Interesting. Okay, so I guess if their pathing is going to take them too long to get around the far side, because we know for a fact it works if, like on the bridge, if I'm closer. So like up here, for example, Arlene. So I wonder what the magic number is. I wonder how far you can go. Yeah, there we go, before it's no longer an issue. Well, actually, we're suited perfectly to figure this out. Don't know where the diddly squat you lot are going, but that's fine. Okay, so they're still running. Yeah, we can sort this. We'll check the singles again, actually, while I'm over this side. Is the singles still a bit skewy, or is it just the doubles that's working for me now? Yeah, look, okay. So when they went around the doubles, they jumped the singles. I reckon it has to be double. I'm pretty confident it has to be double. So this is how we're going to test it. We're going to run Arlene all the way down when she gets to the other side and starts coming... Don't know why they keep doing that. So, there's something strange going with their pathing. When she decides it's too far, quickly hop on the other side of the wall again and let her run back the other way, because at some point she's gonna go like, yeah, nah, champion. What are you doing? Yeah, go back the other way, please. Causing problems in my experiment. But at some point she's gonna be like, yeah, nah, that's too far to go, and decide to hop the fence instead. So we can really narrow this down. I reckon we found the point. Yeah, she's pretty happy about hopping back and forth now. I had to murder one because she was doing weird things, but that's alright. Okay, what about here then? We're gonna slowly walk it back until at some point, there we go, until at some point she goes the other way. So until she stops. So is that the maximum distance then, I guess? It's definitely bricking their AI a bit. Okay, so it's about here. It's about here. So where's my paintbrush? I need to mark it. You come with me. I need to just quickly mark up that. Potentially that's the maximum points. Like even back in my body for this then. Back over we go. Go back the other way, please, Arles. Yeah, no, okay. So this one works too. What's the maximum? I don't seem to be able to get a consistent number, because look, if I jump over the red blocks here, they're all fine, that's all good, but if I start like spawning some in, if I go like that, get their attention. Oh no, okay. I was gonna say they're gonna jump over at some point here. That's probably not the same thing. I mean, do you guys work the same way? I mean, he's going on the trot, that's all good. You're trying to beat the wall down. You're going somewhere else. I don't know where you're going, a big bowl of bacon, but yeah, things are just a little bit weird. I mean, we're playing with magic here. We're out of the realms what I understand. And I can barely understand the basic alphabet. I think I found a spot. Look, if I go here, get a couple of Arlenes. They go that way. You guys went over. So that has to be the spot. I'm quickly going to double check my findings though. You get your attention. Same again. All right, I'm pretty convinced on that one then. So that means I'm going to paint you yellow. So yellow is the marker where they split. Yellow means they hop, red means they run. So now it's got to count. How far that is. So it's 40 blocks. 40 blocks they'll run around. I wonder if that's still the case if it's like a square or if it's 40 blocks in one line. Because that's what, it's giving them 40 blocks this way, 2 blocks that way, then 40 blocks that way. So they're only pathing, well, like 82 blocks? Not very far at all, but all right, good to know. Well, I guess I need to just build a slightly bigger box of this then, and then we can know for sure. In fact, you know what? There's this house out here. There's this, oh, a chicken little drop out here as well. I'll grab you, thank you. There's this little house, which actually, great shooting, Josh. Which actually, if you remember the original force field testing back in Alpha 17, this was how I tested it back then. I found a little house that's next to JaWoodle Park and built a little force field around it. So, all right, let's just pretend that this is my home. Let's build a force field and see how they go. I'm not really sure what to do about the corners. There's no corner. What is it? Ramp 6 meter. No, there's no corner version of this. So I think I'm just gonna. I also got like a little chunk on the outside, so I'm just gonna go like this for now and see how that goes. Because that should mean, look, I've got this nice little ring all the way around this little house. I've left the front door, the front stairs open because, you know, gotta get inside the house after all. But there's also, let's go like you. Let's get a regular pole. Yeah, we'll go on the side and we'll chuck you up against it. Oh, you don't quite fill the gap though, do you? It's almost a wedge 60. That might work if I get something like a little corner piece to go into them. I don't know. What, it's tough. Why can't you just have a corner piece? Well, you know what? I've got a nice comfy bed. I'm going to sit right here and just see what the zombies do. So I'm all nice and pent up inside this house. No dramas. The entryway is on that side, so I'll spawn them on this side and really start out with the hardest possible test for them. Oh my god. Oh my god, no way. Holy shit, that's good. Holy shit, that's good. Fuck off, it's that good. There's no way. There's no way. Even the chicken's making the long way around. Breakfast is coming, but it's gonna take a while because the delivery truck got lost. I really thought that would be too far. I really thought it'd be like, yeah, nah, Cobber, absolutely not. So you could build like the slow plate and the road marker. You could build that in front of your garage so you could drive your car in and out again. You could build this around the rest of the house. We have a zombie-proof wall again. Holy shit. There is no way that worked that well. I am beside myself. Let's go again. Let's go again. Let's go bigger and better. Let's go a whole bunch of them. Come on, Owls. On you go, love. Around you go, love. They're getting bottlenecked like it's Pac-Man. All my dreams are coming true. There's a line of unfortunately zombified women beating on my front door. Oh my god. Okay, what if I spawn them like out here then? Like a little bit, like on the angle, a little bit further away. Fire the gun, get their attention. Which way are you gonna go? They don't even care about the corners. They don't even care. The block just bricks them. It's a magic block. We have a zombie-proof magic block. I fucking love it. I love it so much. Look, it's not going to change anything, but I'll quickly spawn in like some of the special zombies. We'll get a couple of spiders out there. We'll get a couple of coppers out there. We'll get some bears. I mean, we saw the boars. Turns out my accidental boar spawning tested that for us too. What else is there? What else jumps? Like a kangaroo? I don't know. Oh. Well, that's not what I had in mind. The bears, the bears are picking fights. The bears are picking fights, but the spiders are coming around. They'll hop on the wall. Is the bear on the wall or chasing the spider? I'm not actually sure. Okay, we'll get rid of the bears real fast. The spider's made it to the door. That's okay. The coppers are exploding and shit. Getting the coppers are splashing, getting everybody all wet. All right. You guys look mean and angry, the new zombie bears. I'll get your attention by shooting you a little bits. I mean, all the zombies work on the same AI, whether it be Horde Night or not. They all path the same, but... Dude. Oh, that tickles me in such a way. Oh, and what? Zombie bears now drop red loot bags? I didn't even know that. Well, I think there's only one way to call that, and that's to call it as a rigid, absolutely top-notch success. That is better than I thought it was gonna be. That's so good. That's so good. We have a zombie-proof wall again. The new magic block of 7 days. Wild. Absolutely wild. And just because they used it for the middle barrier on a bridge too, which does mean, unfortunately, at some point, they're going to watch this video and patch this out. So enjoy it while it lasts. Dude, I'm all smiles. I'm absolutely rosy in the cheeks and how gritty that has made me. So good. So good. Massive love, by the way, to Jonah as well for showing me this when I was hanging out with him. We saw it did something weird, and it does something exceptional. That is so, so good. But I'll have to come back and find some more game-breaking things, some more zombie-breaking things in another episode, because this episode is done. So thank you guys for watching. Most of all, thank you to the patrons of the Patreon who made this episode possible. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button down below and subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Twitter, but I don't talk to you there first. I'll see you in the next episode. Have a good one.